Hi, everyone. It's Hunter Lott, your HR problem solver on demand. And this is take five from our series, I'm Not Dead Yet. A lot of questions recently about aging workforce. I think part of what's going on, if you're not in hotels and healthcare where they're still scrambling to hire, a lot of companies are, how do I get more efficient? How do I deal with the headcount that I have, get the best from everyone I have? And then the question comes up about the generations. And I hear, how do I get rid of the old people? And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Are they productive? Are they doing their job? Yeah, but they're not going to stick around. The numbers are you're more likely to get 10 years from a 55-year-old than you are a 25-year-old. But if they're not performing and they're 69, not performing and they're 29, then it's kind of a performance issue. Now, this slide I did for a Canadian firm, and it gives you an idea of kind of what's happening with the generations. In the gray there, the boomers kind of phasing out. And you see toward the end of this decade is when the numbers start to shift. Millennials and Gen Zs start to take over just in sheer numbers. And you can look at this. We kind of predicted some of this anyway. You can see this gap between the baby boomers and the millennials, the poor Gen Xers. There are millions fewer of them. So part of the labor shortage and what was going on is math. Now, we didn't know it was all going to hit at the same time. COVID happened, and a lot of the boomers were very, very happy to get out. Said, "That's it. I've had it. I'm out of here." And what fascinating, the millennials got even with boomer leadership by quitting. Now the boomers are getting even with millennial leadership by staying. Okay, what do I do? Well, mandatory retirement's off the table for most employees in this country. Ronald Reagan, when he was president, took care of that. So people say, oh, I'll just go up and ask them about retirement. And it's a great please sue me age discrimination. You can certainly say, hey, I'm going to have a meeting about retirement benefits and invite everybody. You can ask in a performance behavior review, what are your plans 3 to 5 years? If they open the door, hey, I'm thinking about retirement. Would you like some numbers? I can run some numbers, show you what that benefit would look like. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. At least you can have the conversation, but it starts with them, not with us. Certainly you can fire at will. We've talked about the risk there. You fire at will, they can sue at will. Progressive discipline, save salvage, document, take credit for it, reasonable chance to save their job. And then the buyout with the release. With long-term employees that have been around 20, 30, 40 years, at will is really tacky. At will is a bad habit. If you use it too much, you scare good people, regardless of the situation. Save salvage, you could certainly do that with a long-term employee. Hey, we have certain performance and behavior standards. Many companies will move them to jobs where they can't perform up to minimum. Careful about making them a 1099, but you could certainly go part-time. You can do a buyout with a release, but it takes more than 2 weeks' notice. It may take 90 days. It may take till the end of the year. Only do these buyouts with releases on advice of local legal counsel. It gets real ugly. You have the Older Workers Benefit Protection Act that could kick in. They have so many days to review, 7 days to change their mind. I'm really not going to focus on their age. It's going to be their performance and their behavior. But I understand with long-term employees, you may have to have adult conversations. You've got options but careful how you go down that path. Thanks for watching. Check us out at hunterlot.com. All kinds of resources there. We'll see you next time on Take 5.